Welcome back, everybody, to The Longest Journey. I hope you're staying safe, and I hope you are staying healthy in these very, very scary times. Well, they're a little worrisome. They're not so much scary, just a little worrisome. Just, wash your hands, maybe wash your face as well, and try to not touch your face. I know it's hard to not touch your face, but try not to do it. Stay inside. Throw on some popcorn, watch a movie, do some exercise, learn to cook, learn to do the laundry, all that stuff. Where we last left off, we were here to talk with our new friend here. I forget his name, but I remember his code name, the Rolling Man. So we are going to talk to him and see if he can find us a way to get back to our world, although I'm not sure why we want to go back to our world, because honestly this place seems so much nicer, less violent looking.
Great view.
Well,
back home, a place like this would easily set you back tens of millions. Here, it's probably free.
no, he probably built the house himself. But, yeah. Alright, let's,
That's probably Mr. Westhouse.
okay, Westhouse, that was his name. Alright, let's talk to him.
Hello, Mr. Westhouse?
Damn, Nation, what is it now? Oh, guess you're not calling on behalf of that son of a bitch Sanya, are you?
Sorry, I don't know who...
No, that's very unlikely. From what I hear, he doesn't much enjoy the company of women. Well, who in
What?
damnation are you?
April Ryan, sir.
Ryan? Doesn't sound very Northlandian. Are you by any chance from the coast of... Yeah, hold on. Ryan? April Ryan?
He knows us!
I'll be damned. You're from Stark.
Apparently. Until today, I thought I was just from Earth. I had no idea there were two of them.
Surprise, surprise.
Takes you by surprise, doesn't it? Well, goddamn. Sit down, Miss Ryan. Let me get you a drink. The liquor
Nobody's
over
drinking.
here stinks to high heaven. Magic pollutes the purity of the spirit, but I keep a bottle of Glen Vintage for special occasions.
Thanks for the offer, sir, but I didn't come here to have a drink.
Really? I see. This isn't a social call.
Nope.
No, sorry.
Oh, no matter. It's still a pleasant surprise to meet someone from home. Now, what may I do for you?
Seems like a nice guy. Drinks like a fish, but he seems to be alright. So first off,
I have a delivery
I got a
for you.
delivery for you.
A delivery? When did the U.S. Postal Service start delivering mail to Arcadia?
It's from the map merchant at the market. It's just a map.
Oh, good. I've been waiting, Faye. Hold your horses. What are you doing working for the Guild? Are you planning on staying in Marcuria? I'd strongly advise against it, Miss Ryan. Arcadia may look like a pastoral fairy tale realm, but it's not. You bleed as easily here as you do in Stark, and magic can do more damage than a gun.
I'm not planning on staying, but I had to find you. The map merchant was the only one who knew where you lived, and he wouldn't tell me. So I got him to hire me, and you were the second delivery on my list.
Who's the first?
Gods.
Oh, okay.
Carrick and his misguided loyalty. I'll have a word with the man. Thanks for the map, though. I collect them. There's not much else to do in this godforsaken city.
Cortez
Cortez
told
told
me to look
me.
you up.
He did he? I see. Who's Cortez?
You don't know him?
Yeah,
I
that...
think not. I'd certainly remember. Did you say Cortez? You wouldn't be talking about old Manny Chavez, would you? Well, he ought to be dead by now, but then, by all rights, so should I.
I don't know his first name, but he calls himself Cortez.
Tall fellow, mysterious and elusive, rarely answers a question with a simple yes or no. Smokes like a chimney?
Aside
that's
from
him.
that bit about smoking like a chimney, it sounds exactly like Cortez.
Manny. I'll be damned. That old crook is still around. Well, how the devil is he?
He's good. Where do you know him from?
Oh, my old life back in Stark. We had some exciting adventures, him and I. Actually, he's part of the reason I ended up here. I last saw him in the winter of 1934.
But that's almost 300 years ago.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Funny, isn't it? And I'm sure he doesn't look a day older than he did back then. The handsome devil.
Well, if I'm going to accept magic in parallel worlds, I might as well accept people living 300 years.
Oh, no, you misunderstand. I'm only 46. I arrived here about 15 years ago, but I left Stark in 1934. Between the worlds, where you dream time has little meaning, I was trapped, you see, for quite a while.
For 300 years?
Time went by pretty fast. It didn't seem so bad at the time, but now that you mention it, 300 years, quite disconcerting, really. Quite disconcerting.
Yeah. Okay.
How did you end up here in Mercuria?
That's quite a story. I won't bore you with the details, but suffice it to say, I was always somewhat of an adventurer. The promise of virgin territory untouched by civilization held great sway with me in my youth, as did the idea of a highly spiritual state of mind. The occult, magic, karma. I was born in 1902 in Boston. By the time I was 17, I'd put that life behind me. I spent the next 3 years at sea, and then I wandered around Europe for a time. In the early 30s, the 1930s, of course, I found myself in India, working as a journalist. That's where I met Manny, and that's where I first heard of Arcadia. I was amazed and quite skeptical at first, but the thought of a whole new world to see and magic... I was a fool, of course, but who knew where my curiosity would bring me?
What happened in
So
India?
what happened in India?
I've tried to forget about it, to be honest. If I could go back and convince myself not to... but I still wouldn't have listened, of course. The unknown attracts. I
It really
ended up
does.
in Tibet in the winter of 34, wading through snow up to my chest, thinking for sure that this was it, and I was going to die. Manny pulled me out of that one, thank God. I spent 3 months in a monastery before pushing on into the void. There's only one way for a non-shifter to pass through the divide, and it's not an easy road to take. Now, if you don't mind, I'd prefer not to talk about the past anymore. There's more than enough to worry about in the present.
Cortez said to look you up when I wanted to go back home, to Stark.
Now, why would he say that? I'm not a shifter, and I don't know any magic. I'm sorry, Miss Ryan, but you'd be better off asking the Sentinel priests for assistance.
Already did. They said I was on my own, that they couldn't help me.
Bloody typical. Those reactionary fools wouldn't extend a hand to help a drowning man if it violated the principles of their bloody balance. But I can't think why Manny would tell you to visit me in order to shift home. It just doesn't make sense.
I should get going.
Very well. You're welcome back at any time, Miss Ryan. Anytime.
Thank you, sir. I'll remember that.
You gotta get him to sign the thing. Delivery list, no. Okay.
Sign this, please. It's just to confirm that I made the delivery.
Certainly.
That was easy. You made it a lot easier than the last guy. Alright. Well. It's,
Hold on one second, Miss Ryan. I just remembered something. It's such a long time ago, I'd almost forgotten, but Manny did give me something that might be of interest.
Oh?
What is it?
It's a pocket watch.
Nah.
Manny gave it to me the last time I saw him. I never quite understood why, but maybe you can tell me.
Did he say anything about it?
He said that when his heart started beating again, he would know. It would be like a message in Morse code, a beacon. Damn watch never worked, and the winding mechanism is broken, so it's probably not worth much. You're welcome to it if it's any help.
Thanks.
Alrighty then. Let's get a look at this thing.
It's an antique pocket watch. It's not ticking. The knob used for winding the watch seems to have broken off, and there's only a tiny hole left.
Wonder, I saw something. Okay, so that's clearly something we gotta use.
Cortez
First
said
things
something
first.
about Mr. Westhouse being the key to shifting back. Maybe there's something magical about the watch he gave me.
Oh, do I gotta do that
Cortez
first?
said something about Mr. Westhouse being the key
Yep.
to shifting back. Maybe.
Alright, calm
maybe
down.
There's something magical. If I insert this pin carefully into the hole, like so, and then slowly wind it. It worked! It's ticking!
So it is. Well, alrighty then.
I did it! It's a shift! I can go home!
You got anything to say?
God, it's a shift. I haven't seen one for ages.
I was gonna say.
Why don't you come back with me, Mr. Westhouse? You could say hello to your old friend, Manny.
If I tried to step through that, Miss Ryan, I would suffer a most unpleasant experience. And I would be lost in the between forever. Besides, I built this house with my own two hands.
I thought he did.
I wouldn't want to leave it to these barbarians. And what does your Stark have to offer me? This world is more recognizable to me now.
Yeah,
No,
that makes sense.
you go ahead, Miss Ryan. Go back. And don't let your curiosity of the unknown tempt you into making another shift.
Thanks for your help.
Say hello to Manny for me. Tell him I'm doing all right. And then I said, thanks.
Alrighty then.